All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea news. Pochettino, final stages. There must be at least 10 different stages inside the final stage in itself. I mean, what is going on? Look, I'm pretty certain Pochettino is done and dusted. I'm pretty certain Pochettino will be the next Chelsea manager. But my days, they must. I get the feeling both sides here, Pochettino and Chelsea board owners, both have a lot of requirements. And I think both are just making sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed off. They're both ensuring they know exactly what they're getting into. I mean, I don't know. How do we feel about this, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, in one sense, it makes me think, okay, well, it's good that Pochettino's making sure that he knows what he's getting into and he's making sure that he has everything that he needs and he's satisfied to come and do this job. And also, same thing goes with Chelsea board and the owners as well. On the other hand, I'm thinking, boy, it must be very difficult to deal with us at the moment. Like, gone are those days when, in the previous regime under Roman Abramovich, Marina, I think it was quite simple. We'd sit down we'd know who we'd want, first of all. We wouldn't have all of this open forum kind of interview and ask everyone to show their expressions of interest. We wouldn't have this, candidates like the short list that we have. We would know, and we would simply ask them, can you do the job? Can you do the job? They would lay out what their plans are, and then we'd be like, okay, how much contract, how much money, because we believe you're the right person. Now it's, I don't know. How you guys feel about this? You let me know, ladies and gentlemen. Nearly 100 of you guys are live after 2.5 minutes. Smash the like button as soon as you come through. We'll go through the latest. Final stages. We're in the final stages. I thought Matt Law said earlier on this week that we will get some sort of a confirmation by the end of this week, because the interview process will come to an end. Man, this has been some interview process, man. This has been some interview process, honestly. At the end of the day, look, it's going to be Pochettino, man. It has to be Pochettino. I don't think we are as advanced with anyone else at the moment. So for it to collapse from here would be a bit of a mockery. On top of all the mockery that has happened in managerial situation this season. So it's kind of mad. It's kind of bad. Let's see what you guys are saying. Good to see each and every one of you guys. By the way, over 100 people live right now. Big up to each and every one of you guys for tuning in. As always, do appreciate. So, let's take some of your comments. See what you guys are saying. Marco, from imminent to final stages. The amount of different levels I saw within the final stages is quite mad. This, I guess, is democracy in a nutshell. Bang on, man. Bang on. Too many people in the kitchen, and too many people, I suppose, having too many opinions. When you have that many opinions, it's very difficult to nail down to one sort of decision. So I don't know, man. I think everyone seems to have a lot to say in the board, in the ownership, and I'm pretty sure even Pochettino has a lot to say. I think, look, from Poch's point of view, he should have a lot to say, because he would have seen this season transpire into a nightmare. And he's, of course, going to make sure that this doesn't happen when he eventually joins as the next Chelsea manager. He would have read some of the articles. He would have heard some of the things. And I'm pretty sure he's got internal connections to know what is actually going down. And I'm pretty sure he's just making sure these issues don't arise when he becomes a manager. Raghav is saying, I just hope he is worth all this wait. The time that is being taken by both the parties should make it worth it in the end. Else, this is just time wasting of the highest order. True talk, true talk. Kotsios is saying, Einstein said this week, so I expect it to be done today or tomorrow. Yeah, let's see what happens. I don't know, man. Today we're going to have the press conference in a couple hours' time, and then tomorrow's the match. I don't know if we're going to really hear anything in the next today or tomorrow. I think if anything, it'll have to be after the match. It should have happened yesterday. Look, let's see. Maybe something can happen even later today. We'll see what happens. President Jafar Poch has a massive undertaking to steady this club. He knows it. It's a lot to fix right now. Now, true talk. So he's probably getting it. Making sure everything is done correctly. Hashali saying this interview process makes Roman and Mourinho's autocracy look like gold. Yeah, undoubtedly, I think you're right. Hope you're good, Miz. I still don't know if he signs. If I'm honest, Dominic Amora, hope you're doing all right as well. I think he does sign, man. I think from here on, if this doesn't happen, that does not look good for Chelsea. This is the latest, ladies and gentlemen. Fabrizio Romano talks between Chelsea and Mauricio Pochettino are moving forward to the final stages. Positive contacts took place in the last 24 hours. Nothing signed, done yet, but finally advancing, waiting on the next steps. I thought this was the case like about 2 weeks ago. Positive talks, final stages, and now we're still in this situation and nothing has been signed, done yet. So are there going to be more talks, or are we done with talks? We'll see what happens. Felix Johnston, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't followed Felix Johnston, make sure you do. He's got some internal connections, as I always said. You want to take him seriously. He's put out a particular tweet, exclusive. Understand Mauricio Pochettino has already held direct conversations with Frank Lampard and Reece James. Told Pochettino called both within the last couple of days as he wanted to get a feel for the squad dynamic, who leaders are in the dressing room, etc., etc. Someone commented, is this the picture of when he called? Surely means James is a new captain next season. This from Will. Someone commented. Here we go. Yasser said, is this the picture when he was about to call Reece? This is funny. But look, Reece James is the next captain. I don't know about that, man. As much as I do think he's captain material, that guy better be available. He needs to be more concerned about whether he's going to be fit enough for major parts of next season. We cannot have Reece James not be there for 50% of the time, much like this season. And, the other times when Reece James was around, besides the earlier parts in the season, but in recent times when he came back from his injury, he didn't look that great, along with everyone else. But Reece James needs to focus on his fitness. He's not getting the surgery. He's just going to be out for the rest of this season. But without the surgery, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hope, I don't know. Already, since Reece James has arrived at Chelsea Football Club back in Frank Lampard time, the first stint, every season Reece James has been injured, and he's been injured for a long time. He better focus on just getting fit. I can't handle another season of where he's not around. I know this time we'll have a backup with Malo Gusto, but still, do you know what I mean? You want Reece James, one of your best players, to be out there. The other factor is Pochettino talking to Frank Lampard. I don't know what information Frank's going to be given, man. And I don't want Pochettino to just listen to Frank's recommendation. Like, okay, take it on board, but I don't know if it's going to be wise, because Frank seems to only care about who trains well and who runs a lot. Like, there's a lot of players that seem to be suffering under Frank Lampard, and they were suffering beforehand anyway. But this is why I wanted Pochettino to come in a while back. I thought the matter was done and dusted with our owners, the board, Pochettino. I thought, they came to a conclusion that Poch was going to be the next manager, And I wanted him to come in and just make his own assessment. I don't really want him to buy into what Frank has to say about some of these players, because, yeah, Frank's going to recommend him play Kante in the wings, play him up front. Frank's going to recommend Conor Gallagher to start for Chelsea Football Club on a regular basis. Frank's going to recommend a whole heap of how did this happen? Yeah, Frank's going to recommend a whole heap of defensive play. So yeah, it's all a bit of madness. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's talk about this particular situation. Okay. T1, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. 2 breakout players next season and 1 player revival. 2 breakout players next season and 1 player revival. As in, that's what you want, T1? Is that what you're looking for? Let me know. I'm a bit confused about this super chat, but I really appreciate the super chat. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Phenomenal Finn. Reece needs that surgery now if he was clever enough. Yeah, man. Doesn't seem like he's going to get that surgery, man. What do you think about Lampard? What do you think Lampard is telling Poch? I'm pretty sure he's probably saying, you best believe he's probably got not much good to say about João Felix. I'm pretty certain he doesn't have too much good things to say about João Felix. He definitely doesn't have... who else is not favoured? Yeah, I wonder what he's saying about some of the attackers. Mudryk. I don't know what he's saying about Mudryk. He probably might have some really, really good things to say about Madueke, which is great. All the other players, they need to go anyway. In regards to Christian Pulisic, in regards to Hakim Ziyech, in regards to Aubameyang, they need to all go. Maybe he's telling them about how they're unfit and that, Poch needs to get them fit in the preseason. Maybe he's talking about who are the leaders in the group. So just to give a bit of a heads up, perhaps these are the things that he's talking about. Yeah, we'll see. Why is it automatically getting starred? That's strange. Anyway, okay. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. I would have been more comfortable with Potter doing the handover. From what I gather, he was more in tune with the players. Frank is so far up his own bum. I doubt he'll give any info that isn't obvious. Yeah, look, this is why I would want Pochettino to just make his own assessment, man. I know it's going to be difficult because the season will finish and then a whole heap of players need to go. So how's Poch going to make that decision? Poch hasn't really been in tune as to who needs to go and who doesn't. He can only go by what he can see from afar, just like us fans, unless he gets, a report from the board saying these players need to go or these players just don't seem settled. It's a massive work, man. It's going to be a massive work. There's rumors about Kovacic wanting to leave. There's, still N'Golo Kante, contract extension that needs to be done. Edouard Mendy is one that wants to leave as well. There's rumors about us getting a goal. Like, do you understand the magnitude of this work for Pochettino? The magnitude of this work, I don't know. I don't know whether anyone's done a bit of homework. I don't know whether Pochettino's already started doing the homework. I don't know who's going to be giving the report to Pochettino. Like, is it going to be Frank who's going to make an assessment that, okay, well, Mendy's not fit, Kepa's not good enough? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure if I want Frank Lampard to just make all that recommendation. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. This off-season is going to be so interesting. So interesting. I would hope to think that Poch is experienced enough to take player advice from Lampard and have his own opinion even before coming into some degree. I would like to think that's the case as well. Absolutely agree with that, Miz. I just read this article on OneFootball on why Poch is getting delayed. Please check it out, Miz. It said there's some image right issues. Okay. I don't have that OneFootball app, to be honest. I need to probably download that app so I can read it. Image right. This is the new thing, isn't it? Like everyone's talking about image right players and their image right issues as well. Mason Mount, one of the key factors, or one of the factors for the contract extension issues with Mason Mount is the image right factors. Wasn't it last Saturday that they were planning to give a contract offer to Poch, or that was just a talk? This is really becoming next 48 hours for transfer under Roman era. Yeah, I don't know what seems to be the holdup. I hope soon someone comes up with an article, The Athletic or Matt Law, someone comes up with a detailed article outlining what seems to be the holdup. Mate, Potter was a disaster. The more we move away from him, the better. None of the players respected that fool. Why is Potter catching strays, man? Potter's gone. It feels like Potter's been gone for like years, but truly hasn't been that long. Felix needs a season under Poch. If he still doesn't look like he's worth the price tag, then we can let him go. It will be an expensive loan from this season and next, but worth it if we see him do well. Do you know what? Apparently, it's not even up to us. Like, Felix wants Champions League football. So we don't have Champions League football. So it might not even be in our hands. Like, he might want to leave anyway. Poch will get better info from Silva instead of Frank. I agree. I absolutely agree. And apparently he's spoken to Reece James as well. So I would have to say he would get good information from Reece James too. This one we've read. Good morning, my Chelsea family. Good morning to you as well. I read Poch recommended cameras in the training to assess player attitude. Yeah, that's was reported a few days ago, which I think is a good idea. This Poch saga is preparing us for long, dragged-out transfer in the summer. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's not a straight cut, is it? Like, the amount of time it's taking, it's making me think there might be a lot of clause in the contract. I'm pretty certain Poch will have many different clauses in the contract stating board can't do this or the owners can't do that, and which is good. I want it to be like, I hope it's like that. I'm hoping it's like that. And maybe our board and our owners are countering that no, we can't give you that. We can maybe give you half of that. So maybe there is some compromise that's happening at the moment. But yeah, also, I mean, if there's so much compromise that's happening now, can you imagine once they all sit down in regards to who stays, who goes, all the different opinions they're going to get across the room from different stakeholders? I hope we're able to get rid of players quick, man. I really do, because there's a lot of players that we need to get rid of, and we don't have enough time before preseason starts again to get rid of some of these players. There is a deadline of 30th June to get rid of a lot of players if we can, to balance our books. So there will be a rush. And by the time 30th June comes around, and then preseason starts couple of weeks after that. So I don't want to see any brothers in the preseason that shouldn't be there, that should have left before the preseason, for their own benefit as well. Like, I'd be very, very shocked if Hakim Ziyech, I'm just putting a name out there, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, I'll be very shocked if these are some of the players that are there in the preseason. And the rumors are, let's say, that they want to go once again, and they're still going to be, and they're still part of the preseason. That would be mad. I think that would be a failure. Fabrizio Romano, my expectation is for Chelsea to prepare for Christian Pulisic to go this summer, but I think they want an important proposal. This is one of the priorities of Chelsea, to sell as many players as possible. Didn't someone say earlier on that there were some reports that, Pochettino might want Christian Pulisic to stay? Well, he's Fabrizio Romano stating that Christian Pulisic needs to leave. He wants to leave. Look, in recent times, since Frank has taken over, has Pulisic got that much game time as well? I don't think he has, and I don't think he's been Has Christian Pulisic been injured lately? I don't even know anymore with this guy, man, whether he's injured, whether he's... I think he's been fit. He just doesn't get game time under Frank Lampard. Much like the first stint as well, until the post lockdown season when that kicked off. Prior to that, Christian Pulisic didn't see too much game time under Frank Lampard. Post lockdown, that's when Christian Pulisic came alive, and that was probably his best moment in Chelsea career. Good 2-3 seasons ago. Christian Pulisic, for me, look, there's not too much to see anymore. I think it's not worked out. I would have to say it's somewhat of a failure of a move, from Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, okay, he won the Champions League, of course, that's big. He's won silverware, Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, but overall, I mean, he's not had too much impact at Chelsea Football Club. I think it's time for him to go and have an impact elsewhere. Let's see what you guys are saying about Christian Pulisic, ladies and gentlemen. Big up, Miz. This is quite drawn out, but as long as Poch gets the authority he needs and zero interference, we don't end up giving him a 5-year contract, maybe 2 plus max 3 years, then I'm okay. Yeah, me too. It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out, if anyone does come up with an article soon. Hope the scouting team is hard at work right now in expecting at least one unknown find who will bang for us next season. Yeah, look, we bought a lot of young players as well. So now, what is the plan for some of them? Could there be an unknown find in there? Could there be a gem in there? So that'll be interesting to see. Pulisic overstayed. He did. He should have left last season. Now he's writing another book, Miz. Yeah, man. You know what? Fair play to him. He's probably realized that, look, he's injury prone, and in order to make money, he's got to find other avenues. So what better avenues to find than selling your story out there, and people will buy into that, because it will create articles, it will create this, it will create that, it'll get the clicks basically. So stories will get you money. So he's probably thinking, post football, he needs to have these sort of avenues to make extra money. Why not? But yeah, more focused on writing books as opposed to getting fit. Good afternoon, Miz. Please, can you choose between Rafinha and Mane? Who's Chelsea should sign? Neither, in my opinion, man. Neither. Rafinha, after what has happened last summer, this guy doesn't want us. Look, I wanted him last summer, but the shenanigans that took place after that, I don't think I want him now, man. It'll just be like another one of these secondary home for him when he doesn't really want it. We actually gave Leeds more money, more offer, and Leeds wanted to accept our deal. But player was so focused on joining Barcelona. Yeah, I don't know if I want that anymore. And in terms of Mane, Sadio Mane, do you know what? I've always liked Sadio Mane. Always admired him. One of the standout players from Liverpool, but I think he might be coming into that downward slide now in his career. I think he's still good. I think he could potentially play as a false nine, to be honest. Not someone who's going to be out and out wide, but I just get the feeling he's going to come to Chelsea and he's going to flop, man. He's going to flop, much like everyone else that's been flopping at Chelsea Football Club. Time to maybe just look into some fresh faces for Pochettino and allow him to build something new. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want either of them for the timing. Yes, finally some news on players going out. Now I'm excited for that rather than incoming players. Yeah, so Christian Pulisic is one of them, as you can see. And the other one is, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you feel about this. Mendy could leave Chelsea at the end of this season. In case of good proposal for both sides. Still waiting on new coach final decision on goalkeeper situation. Mendy signed last week with Lian Sports Agency. Fali Ramdani will be the new agent taking care of his future. Do you know what? I'm a little bit sad for Mendy, man. Like, I don't want him to be like a one season wonder. Like it's this guy was the real deal at one stage for Chelsea Football Club. This guy, that Champions League season, the saves he was pulling out. If you guys remember the Real Madrid, Karim Benzema, the shot that Karim Benzema, that was a goal. That was a goal. And how he just stuck his left hand out. There were some big saves he made that season, man. And yeah, incredible, man. Even last season, in the early parts of last season, I remember against Brentford, Edouard Mendy was phenomenal, single-handedly kept us in the game in the early parts of last season. And then post African Cup of Nations, it all went south. It all went south. It never worked out for him. He had some absolute howlers last season. Real Madrid, West Ham, many last season were just awful. Then the World Cup wasn't great for him as well this season. It's sad. It's sad how it's turned out like that for Edouard Mendy. And now, when it's come to contract negotiations, he wants Kepa money, and he's never going to get Kepa money. That's the thing. He's never ever going to get Kepa money, and now potentially he's going to leave. So, look, there is flaws to his game, but I think he commands his box. He's a great shot stopper. Definitely needs to improve on distribution. I get it. If you're going to have a manager that's going to want you to play out from the back, Mendy will be dodgy. Mendy will be very dodgy. He will concede clangers and he will put defense into mad trouble. Look, I potentially see him going to Serie A. I potentially do see him going to Serie A. A lot of people are talking about Onana. Maybe Inter Milan. Maybe he goes to Inter Milan and we get Onana. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think one of Kepa or Mendy, they're definitely going. And I think at the moment it's going to be Mendy that's looking like he will leave. There'll be a lot of suitors for Mendy, man. There'll be a lot of suitors for Mendy. Hopefully we get good amount of money on Mendy as well, man. He's only been around here for 2 seasons. I'm pretty sure he's probably still got another 3 more seasons left in his contract. So I feel like we get somewhat of a decent money. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. What do you think our squad size will be since we have no Champions League next season? I'm hoping it's reduced massively and youth coming in if we have injuries. Look, you still expect it to be about 24, right? Minimum 24. So right now it's like 35. So we need 10 players gone. Don't forget, lots of players from loans coming back in. They need to go as well. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what you guys have to say about Mendy. How are we not strongly linked to any DMs? No Ugarte strong links. Rice seems headed to Arsenal. Alinia not linked. Only Lavia who is in a DM. True talk, man. I'm surprised we're not linked with Ugarte. We should be linked with Ugarte. Caicedo probably is going to cost a lot of money. Palinia is another one. I don't know why we're not linked with Palinia. Very, very crazy how we are not linked with Palinia. But there is a lot of DMs floating about. So I'm not worried. I think we're going to get ourselves a good DM. I'm not worried about that. Galvin is saying, I think we just hit the reset button and get a new number 1 and develop Slolina as backup, especially since we won't have many games next season. I agree with this. I agree. Get rid of maybe both Mendy and Kepa. Both have flaws. Get a new number 1 in. Start fresh, as you said, Kelvin, and then have Slolina as a backup. I completely agree. Allow Slolina to feature in the cup competitions. Yeah. Allow Slolina to feature in the cup competition. So I think that might be the way forward. Now I want Emiliano Martinez, the mentality monster. There's rumors we like Emiliano Martinez, so I don't mind one bit. I think he's good. Between him and Onana, either or, to be honest, either or. I think Onana has slightly better ball distribution than Martinez, but Martinez is not that poor either. But the S-housery about Martinez is what excites me. I think he'll be a leader as well in the group. Um, he'll be a mad leader. Do you know what I mean? He'll be mad. He's got that crack head about him. Martinez, he's not all he. He's a bit loopy. I feel like. Kepa is the worst goalkeeper in the APL. The bum must leave Chelsea. Yeah, I don't know about worst goalkeeper. Look, he's got flaws. I'm not gonna lie. He definitely has flaws, but Kepa's been all right this season, man. Overall, yeah, there were issues in some matches for sure. Not gonna lie, long range shots are still an issue. Not commanding his box is an issue. But the last match, I noticed against Bournemouth, he was trying to command his box a lot more, trying to come out and punch the ball from set pieces. Look, yeah, I'm okay for him to leave, man. I'm absolutely okay. Is someone going to be able to buy him? That's the issue, because Kepa is another one of those cases who's on a lot of money. Kepa's on a lot of money, and it's not going to be easy to get rid of these players who are on a lot of money because they want to stick around. That's the bottom line. Do you know what I mean? So much like Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well. He's on a lot of money and he doesn't really want to move either and wants to just probably see out his contract. This is the issue. And this is what makes me think Mendy will leave, because he's on paltry money. Do you know what I mean? He'll go elsewhere and he'll at least get double what he's on. He's on like 56K per week or something, Mendy. He's on peanuts. Ryan is saying, did you heard news yesterday about Dujon Sterling? Has an agreement in principle with Rangers to leave Chelsea on a free transfer this summer. Yeah, I saw that. Dujon Sterling, I mean, he was never going to make it as a Chelsea player, man. Have you noticed since Poch incoming, we've been linked to a host of Argentine players? Yes, except for Messi. It's probably just around the corner. But yeah, Lautaro Martinez, Emiliano Martinez, McAllister, Alexis McAllister. So yeah, quite a lot. All right, we're going to take a few more comments and then we'll wrap things up. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up to 100. Another 32 likes to get to 100. Very easy. We've got nearly 300 people live right now. Let's get those likes up to 100. And yeah, if you're enjoying it, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time as well, make sure you subscribe. Our expectations for next season to be 6th place minimum. Don't expect much from Poch. Should now give time to Poch, maybe 2 seasons without Champions League, so many players will leave. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm expecting 6th. Anything less than that, I think questions need to be asked as to what direction are we actually going. 6th, and we try our best to move forward from there on, and we'll see what happens. I can't expect a miracle from what has happened this season to then expect top 4. But don't forget, apparently next season, there'll be 5 places for Champions League. So that'll be interesting. I wasn't aware of that. So that'll be good to see. Sumit is saying, thoughts on Jose on road to his 6th European trophy? Man, do you know what? As the Champions League and Europa League are really heating up, like the end stages, I need to start doing the watch-alongs for this. I really want to do the Roma watch-along, man. Jose Mourinho, I want to ride the Roma wave, and I want to see how far Jose, if he can get another trophy, man. He completely deserves it. He's the master at cup competitions, man. And this Roma team, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, who goes in the final. On the other side, you've got Sevilla and Juventus. Juventus, I think that'll be a cracker of a match if that is the final. And of course, the Champions League is shaping up to be a cracker as well. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat. Calling it now, Poch's master plan for Lewa Colwell is to mold him into a DM. Wow, that would be great. Look, I want to see him play as a centre-back for the time being from that left side. We'll leave the DM talk for another day, man. But yeah, maybe he's got the quality to do so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, wrap things up. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. Only another 14 more likes to go before the end of before we hit 100 likes. Let's get there quickly. And once again, if you're here for the first time, subscribe. I shall see you guys later on UK time. I don't know, maybe around 9:30, 10 p.m. UK. We'll drop the latest news in Chelsea. that's happening. Obviously, press conference coming up from Frank Lampard very soon, so we'll talk about that in that particular video later on, and we'll try and do a semi sort of preview of the Nottingham Forest match. Look, I can't be bothered about these upcoming matches anymore. I mean, the season's well and truly over for us. I mean, I'd like to finish off with wins, of course, but it doesn't really mean anything anymore. But anyways, take care. See ya, guys.